Have you ever seen a dwarf fight a porn star? Let's see how the matchup went as we look at the most bizarre fight promotions in the world. Number 5. SCF Solo Combat Federation Battle of Armless Men. Nick Newell made a name for himself by proving that disability should not prevent people from chasing their dreams, even if the dream is to become a professional MMA fighter. Despite missing his left arm, Newell found success on a professional level with wins in promotions like Bellator and World Series of Fighting. He even got to face Justin Gaethje several years ago. However, a Polish promotion called SCF Solo Combat Federation took things to the extreme when they put together an MMA fight between two men without both arms. Despite their disabilities, both men appeared to be healthy and agile as they moved around the cage and exchanged kicks for as long as the bout lasted. The bout turned into a kicking galore. Not only were there no punches thrown, but the grappling exchanges were non-existent as well. Essentially, the fight resembled a taekwondo match with modified rules. Number 4. Stick Fighting World. This one is pretty self-explanatory. It's MMA except both fighters use huge sticks as weapons. Based out of Canada, Stick Fighting World is a combat sports promotion that claims to offer the world's first mixed weapon martial arts championship. That means the fighters fight each other with sticks, as seen in Eskrima, the martial art and national sport of the Philippines. However, in addition, there's also an MMA twist, with competitors also being able to kick, punch, and throw each other to the mat, though grappling on the ground is not permitted. The fight takes place in what's known as the tank, a 22-foot hexagon surrounded by 8-foot high plexiglass. Fighters have to wear large protective headgear, which can lead to long, drawn-out fights. SFW held its first ever event in 2014, and though it has thus far struggled to gain traction, the promotion seemingly made plans to return as a fully sanctioned combat sport back in 2016. Number 3. Ultimate Ball. Mixed martial arts is said to be the purest form of sport, as it involves no teammates, no special equipment, and no balls. It's just two stripped down to the core, testing each other's strength. But what if there was? That's what Ultimate Ball apparently tried to accomplish. The team-based sport combines elements from sports such as rugby union, American football, basketball, and of course, MMA. Teams compete in groups of 3 inside a standard-sized MMA cage. The aim is to get the ball in the opposition's goal while dodging takedowns and body shots. There's a catch. Fighters are only allowed to throw strikes at the player who has possession of the ball. So unlike other sports where players basically beg their teammates to pass them the ball, it's actually a terrible thing to be in possession of the ball too often in this made-up sport. Number 2. Shock Fights. Electroshock MMA. MMA may be the closest combat sport to a street fight, but one could argue that a real confrontation on the streets could involve objects such as knives, bats, clubs, and even tasers. That appears to be the concept for an MMA promotion called Shock Fights. The concept is pretty simple. Two combatants are matched up to fight each other in a ring, while a 3 million volt stun gun is strapped to each of their hands. There isn't a time limit to this hazardous pastime either. The only way to win is by making your opponent give up, or by knocking them out through electrocution or shock out. Shock fights may sound like just another wacky subchapter of MMA. However, it's important to note that participating in these competitions could lead to severe injuries or even death. In 2012, researchers from Indiana University's School of Medicine found that getting tased can cause sudden cardiac arrest and a subsequent loss of life. Number 1. Epic Fighting Championship. Those who are familiar with Epic Fighting Championship know that this promotion specializes in intergender MMA. The Russian organization has seen a slew of idiotic matchups, from overweight men fighting small women, old men fighting female vloggers, and even a 2-on-1 matchup between a grandfather-grandson duo and a 286-pound lady. But this one takes the cake. In one of EFC's recent events, a 4-foot man with dwarfism squared off against a female porn star. Always looking to push the boundaries of the sport, EFC decided to have Majit Suleimanov, a dwarf and a social media star, take on adult actress Alexandra Pushkin. Despite the significant difference in height, Suleimanov managed to make it look easy when he scored a quick takedown on his opponent. He also managed to secure the mount position on multiple occasions. But then there was a twist. Midway into the match, another woman entered the cage to interfere on Pushkin's behalf. The contest only lasted 2 rounds, and after a chaotic turn of events, Suleimanov would eventually be declared the winner by decision. And that will do it for today's video. As always, like and share if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to follow Sportskeeda MMA on all of our social media platforms.